This little this little puddle I spilled of my drink looks like a heart. I heart you too. So I had a dream. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Patience. I am your psychic intuitive, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness. And I had a dream like not too long ago. I woke up pretty early. I would have been on here 30 minutes before, but I was having technical difficulties. And so the dream was I was some kind of consultant or spiritual advisor or something for this college. It was like I got sleepy in my eyes. Sorry. It was like a college. It was a teacher's house in a college or something, and she would bring in Lost Boys. It was like the Lost Boys, except they were gay boys, and she would make them feel at home. And she was a creative teacher. She did something with theater. Oh my god! Last night I just had a thing with thespians. Yeah, they were like gay drag boys. They were really on the younger side, like college age, kind of like riffraff, kind of like Aladdin, kind of reminds me of that riffraff street rat. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No siree. Just really fun, and they really felt safe at this house. And it was a woman and her husband, and the house was completely just they would do let me turn this off. It's too cold for that. They would put on shows and stuff, and get paid for it, just like a cabaret. It was like a cabaret house. And so they were constantly coming up with ideas and shows, and they're very talented. And they brought me in on accident. It was something that just kind of happened. I just I don't remember how I got there, but I remember walking in, and I remember looking around, and with all the creativity that was in the boys, there was like a staleness in the house. And the whole house was dedicated to these shows because they did make a little extra money doing that. And so I didn't even know the woman was married until he came and saw what we did to the house. But I could feel that there was stagnant energy, and that some things had to change, and that they had some people helping that didn't even truly want to help, but they just wanted, like, they were too insecure to even. There was one particular woman, it was one woman who wanted to be part of the action, but she was so insecure that she became like resentful, and she didn't want to participate like the other people because she was insecure. And so we were working on ways to help the energy juices flow, and that really takes we took a lot of clutter out, and we updated some old ideas for decorations, but made them a little more modern. But it was like, so it wasn't so drastically different, just like little things. And we were having fun. It like cued the music of Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And we were just like the classic scene in a movie where they all come together to do one goal. And it was fun, and we were having fun together. They were getting to know each other in a different way. It was a little more vulnerable. so they could feel safer about talking with each other and being open about like ideas and stuff. And then it came time for the husband to come home, and he came home and it was like a shock to him. And he was very hesitant about if he liked it or not. And even though it wasn't even like super different, it was just more like cleaner and just a little like less messy. I think the first change for him was so drastic, going from nothing to being a cabaret house, that he was really reticent to change. And so we had to like, I had to like pull him aside and have a one-on-one with him. And it turns out that he was really afraid of change because in this whole commotion of turning his house into a gay boy cabaret, he found out that he's bisexual, but he never told his wife. And so it made him feel like another change was coming, like, oh God, what am I going to be next? And it was really not the house, but it was him scared of another change like that in his life that he didn't even know he was, and wasn't in a place to really admit it or talk about it. Like he didn't tell his wife, and so that he already felt like that's something else. That's something that I still have to deal with. I'm not ready for another change. But really, in by moving the energy and moving all the things and having everyone be in a place of flow state, it would really actually help him to remove that blockage and to really look at it and to not be ashamed of it, because that's what moving energy does. It just allows you to have newness come in. If you're staying old and stagnant with the same energy, you're not really allowing anything new to come in to understand yourself better or to experience new things. So that's when I woke up. So I asked Spirit to send us a song. Okay, it's Pick Me, Alec Benjamin. He says, is it lying if I add a couple inches to my height? Say I'm 5'11" when I'm really just 5'9". Am I trying too hard? Tell me with these tired pickup lines. Baby, when you fell from heaven, did it hurt or are you fine? Oh my God, that goes with our thing, because he's already lying about something that he realized he likes doing, that is so far different from what he's been raised like. He's not ready for another change, so he lies to his wife because he doesn't want to upset his wife. He wants his wife to still pick him. Baby, when you fell from heaven, did it hurt you or are you fine? We can say that we met at a party or at the park through our friend Charlie. Something we'll probably forget and then have to make up again. We can say that we met doing yoga or at the coffee shop over mocha. Something we'll probably forget and then have to make up again. Pick me if you need a guy within 100 miles who likes tea and a Gemini, has family in Ohio, is free this Friday night and just might make you smile. I know there's other fish in the sea, but pick me. Is it lying if I tell you that I went to USC even though I didn't graduate and had a 2.3? Am I trying too hard? Tell me if I say you've got to be the most flawless specimen. You're better than I've ever seen. We can say that we met at a party or at the park through our friend Charlie. Yeah, so this is, if I have to apply it to the dream, it's like I can tell my wife that I'm not bisexual, and the reason I'm scared to change is because I don't like the house to be different. But really the change is that I am bisexual and I like it, and I don't want you to leave me because I want you to, and then everyone else in the house was so happy and felt the flow state. So they were happy anyway. It had nothing to do with him. I gotcha. Okay, come through, Spirit. Come through, my love. I love you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much for the messages. Karen. He was being a Karen. I don't like saying that because then everyone named Karen isn't going to be like that, you know? Precedent. It takes precedence. But it says president. Something about the president. Maybe he was a president of some organization or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what will be fun? Let's do our story. We'll do our story grids. Where's the dice? Okay, let's roll the dice. We'll roll the big one. Okay. Let's get our protagonist first, okay? All right, I rolled a 2. 2. 1, 2. Amanda with amazing legs. Okay, Amanda with amazing legs. Let's do, what's the goal? 4. 1, 2, 3, or wait, let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. To discover. Amanda with amazing legs to discover. Oh, wait. Was I supposed to do action second? What's the action? Let's roll. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's kind of on, gets on television. Gets on television. It wanted the second one. It was kind of more in the second one. Douglas could be significant. 2. Maybe a lot better. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That idiot from corporate. Douglas? Is Douglas that idiot from corporate? Okay, so how do these go? Amanda with the amazing legs went to discover, got discovered and got on television. And that idiot, and the obstacle is an idiot from corporate. So the goal was to get discovered, and she did. Her action was to get on television. She got on television, and the obstacle is that idiot from corporate. Okay. What else? Where are those other cards? Okay. Probably. Okay. We'll do the sticks. Oh, here they are. I got this whole game that was like to help writers with stories, write stories for writer's block. So I got these cards. Okay. Well, I got these cards and sticks. We'll create a story, okay? All right, so these are the 6 Sense cards, okay? They kind of lead us into a storyline of what's going on. Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. Please help us to continue this dream. 1. Remember that song on Nas? 1, or I can't remember it. 1. Oh, maybe that was Common. And everybody go, 1, go. Or maybe that was Kanye West. I don't know. It's early. Don't judge me. All right. Tell us what's going on. So Amanda with amazing legs wanted to get discovered for motion pictures. This says television, but for movies. And that idiot from corporate's the obstacle. Tell us about this idiot from corporate. Whoops, that's too many. Tell us about this idiot from corporate. Okay. A man wearing a plate on his head. Is that equivalent to a tinfoil hat? Oh, I got a bruise on my head. It hurts. I don't know. Oh, maybe the curling iron. A man wearing a plate on his head is this idiot from corporate. What else? He's a smelly microwave. The smelly microwave. He's smelly. This person's smelly, and he wears a tinfoil hat. And it tastes like boiled chicken. Ew. $5 left on the table. And he's only got $5 left to his name. So someone who's broke and smells like boiled chicken? So he's no good. He's no bueno. He stinks.
Necklace.
Alright, let's see. So what does he have to do with Amanda and Amazing Legs? What does he have to do with Amanda? The bill she forgot to pay. Oh, he's someone who, maybe he's a bill collector or something, or maybe she owed him money. She was standing behind the counter giving him this root beer float kind of smile. Oh, see, she must work at a bar or something. She must work at a bar or a restaurant or something. Maybe he forgot to pay the bill. Maybe he's the one who forgot to pay the bill. Spirit said bedroom.
Little.
Oh, little. She's a escort. She's an escort, and he forgot to pay the bill, and he has a little penis. And it was somebody he met through somebody else, a coworker maybe. The day her mother slapped her in the face. She slapped him in the face. She slapped him in the face because he was probably like, I'm not going to pay you. But she was probably like, you have a little dick. Or maybe he slapped her. She found a diamond bracelet in the back of her car. Oh, Spirit said necklace. She must have stole a necklace out the back of his car when he took her back or something. Stupendously. She stole a very pricey necklace because he wouldn't pay her because I don't know why, because he smells like chicken. The time Leslie called me a leech. So he was calling her a leech. He's calling her a leech. Like a moocher. You cried because she wanted to get paid for her services? She gave you a service, didn't she? She did to the brakes on the Honda. Oh my gosh, she could have possibly tried to cut his brakes on the Honda or do something to his car because he was calling her a leech. That was confirmation. Oh, jeez. All right, let's see. Tell us about Amanda. Tell us about Amanda. I want to say Amanda Hug and Kiss. So maybe it was a transgender. I did have a dream about burlesque house, a gay boy burlesque house. A man selling bananas. Yeah. Okay, so Amanda's an escort who's transgender that saw someone who works in a corporate setting who left $5 on the table when that's a lot. Then he had to pay a lot more. He wears a tinfoil head. He smells like boiled chicken. Amanda is Amanda Hug and Kiss, a man selling bananas, someone's red leather journal. Oh, they might have stole a necklace and a man's journal out of the car, or some kind of written notebook with notes in it or something. And he didn't want to pay her, so they met at a bar.
Turn on the light.
They met at a bar and he didn't want to pay her for the services because he only had $5 in his wallet. And so she called him a little dick and he slapped her. So she stole the necklace out of his car and would try to press him for money all the time because of the time that he forgot to pay. So she stole something out of his Honda and perhaps maybe broke something in the Honda because he called her some kind of moocher or leech or something. He could have possibly stole someone's red journal, or maybe had red writing in it. Or maybe what was written in it was metaphorically red, like was vital, fertile, like blood. Like it was good material, or there's something in it of value. That made them green with envy, a lime green deck chair. It made them green with envy, whatever was in it. I don't know what was in it yet. A child with wings. It made them feel like a child with wings. Whatever the information in this journal was, it made them feel like a child with wings, and they became a beekeeper. They became a gatekeeper, I want to say, of the information that was in it. A half-eaten box of Fig Newtons, but whatever was in it, they only knew what was in the journal. It was half-eaten knowledge. Shade. Spirit says shade. Whatever was in the journal made them green with envy and made them a child, like immature, like a child. And they decided to be some kind of gatekeeper of whatever was in the journal, maybe some kind of knowledge or something. What was in the journal? What was in the journal, Spirit?
Not likely.
The mother lied to you, that's the truth. Something they lied about, and that's the truth. They lied about what was in the journal, or they lied about having the journal. They lied about having it. I had this system for getting exactly what I wanted out of people. They lied about having this journal because they wanted something else. They needed more. I think they needed more information. So they probably lied to this person because whoever wrote the journal, I don't know. She may be young, but she's not stupid. So this person knew that they had to stay in touch with this person that has a little penis so they could get more about the journal. The way he writes with both his left and his right hands. This person could possibly have split personalities. This Amanda to Hug and Kiss. This person may possibly have multiple personality disorder. And so one of the personalities could be a mother or a woman. And one of them is young. She may be young, but she's not stupid. One of his personalities is an older woman, and the other personality is a young girl. And when I say young, I mean like maybe like 22 or something. But I think they're in between that. Matrimonial. Oh my God, is his personalities a married couple? I don't know. Any more of these cards? No. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. So they wanted to get discovered in movies. They wanted to be an actress. Well, I think they're doing something like that. Let's see. Okay, so where to next? Let's do some. What is this person telling? No, never mind. I changed my mind.
You need to be alone.
Where should we go next? Maybe there's a fairy tale. Is there a fairy tale to tell us about this? Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. What's a fairy tale? Hansel and Gretel. Breadcrumbs. I want to say breadcrumbs. This person had to breadcrumb this man. This person had to breadcrumb this man in order to. That's all I needed to know. In order to gain more information from this journal or something. What the heck? I'm like, where do I go? Let's do some imagine ifs. Roll the dice. 6. Okay. Imagine if this person were a condiment. Which would they be? Powdered rhinoceros horn aphrodisiac. Well, they are an escort, so I guess they need to have the latest aphrodisiacs. So they probably deal with people who have money, who do strange things like that, who take strange substances because they're bored or something. And they probably use aphrodisiacs because they're an escort for. If they were a 70s movie, which would they be? The Godfather. Oh my gosh, this person has mob affiliation. They could possibly have mob affiliation or ties to the mob. 4. Imagine if they were an author, what type of book would they write? Thriller. Thriller. 4, no thriller. 4 again. This person was pretending to like this person just to get more information out of whoever wrote the journal. We'll find out who wrote the journal in a second. Imagine if they were a type of confection. Which would they be? Which is candy. A breath mint. A spirit said time. A breath mint of time. Wish they had more time. And they're a breath mint. Probably because I mean, obviously they're an escort, so probably want to be nice and fresh. But also something about their breath. Something about their breath is stinky or something. Interesting. Yeah, something about their breath is stinky. Let's see. So who is this Who's the person who wrote the journal, and what is the journal about? Why did they want to take it? What was the big deal? Well, this person with split personalities is transgender, and their personalities are possibly possibly an older woman, like a mother, and a younger person, like in their 20s. Let me do that again. I want to know more about the journal. What was in the journal? Thank you so much, Spirit, for being with us. Please let me know what was in the journal. The journal was
Snow.
Snow. The journal was about the journal was of a father. Got a masculine son. The journal was about someone's masculinity, ego, expression. I don't know. I think I'm reading this wrong. Essence energy. Was the journal about energy? It was someone else's journal. It was a sunbeam. Someone who was a sunbeam's journal. It had expression of individuality, creativity, spirit, life force, self-awareness, energy, and essence. And it may have had some Gary. Spirit said Gary, Linda. That's all I see so far. Someone's individuality. I don't know if this was the corporate guy's. I don't think this was the corporate guy's journal. But whatever was in it had essence, energy, whoever wrote it was self-aware. They talked about spirit even. I'm kind of iffy on that. Can you give me a little more? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it was Pisces. It was a mystic's journal. What? It was a mystic's journal. It was imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, ethereal, ephemeral, enigmatic, spiritual. But this person didn't understand a lot of it. It was illogical to them because they probably weren't operating in the same frequency or level of consciousness. So Sarah, Spirit said Sarah, Sara. Maybe that's the name of one of their altars. So they stole it because they were fascinated by what was inside it, but they only had the journal, and I don't know what they wanted to do with it, but they wanted more knowledge. Sagittarius upside down. They were enthusiastic but tactless. They took a risk to be self-righteous, to be boundless. They wanted to look like they were generous and unbridled and honest, but it's upside down. So this person's very conniving. This person is very very out for themselves. They saw an opportunity to look a certain way, like they wanted to look like this, but their back is turned. They wanted to be on jets, and they looked at this journal as some kind of opportunity to be happy-go-lucky, but that's not how they were naturally. They wanted to be like this mystic that wrote the journal, so they stole it. Damp. Spirit says they're damp. What's behind the ears? Damp. What else, Spirit? What did they do to get more information? Saturn wisdom. Didn't I say they wanted more information? They needed to have discipline and structure. They needed to have discipline and structure and self-control and restraint and practicality. They needed to ground themselves. They had ambition, and they needed to have maturity for it. But see how the background's like all color and the planet's gray? I don't think that this person was really in a place to really have those things, because they're an escort with multiple personality disorder. Probably not going to make the best mystic, since you have some healing to do. But they wanted it, so they liked the idea of being healed, but they didn't want to do the work, is what I'm getting. Ooh. Mercury upside down. Communication. Bees. Oh my God, this is the 4th time I've seen bees, and one single bee flew into my car, landed on the steering wheel, and we just stared at each other. And then I got scared I don't know, we were staring at each other for a while, so I got out of the car. I was scared it was going to sting me. And then when I got out, the bee got out. So this was upside down. So words, thoughts, analysis. Oh, excuse me. Information, learning, trade, ideas, smart. This person's perception of this information, they wanted to be a muse, but they didn't have the awareness or the information to really do a self-analysis to come up with more ideas. They couldn't come up with enough ideas based on just the journal. The journal wasn't enough. They needed more information. They wanted to be this person or something. Oh, it's kind of sad. They wanted to be, oh my God, they wanted to be this person. Oh, Spirit, you're so smart. I love you. They were trying to be the person who wrote the journal entry. But they're Leo upside down. They're just a fake person. Kelly, Joseph, Sarah, Gary, Linda. They wanted to be expressive and creative and loving. They wanted to be those things, but not for the right reasons, just for the clout. Just a fake spiritualist wanting the clout of this. The person they stole from was a mystic. They're magical, they're allowing, they're dreamy, they're on a higher level of consciousness. And so the journal was written in that state of consciousness, and this person recognized the validity of what this person was writing and knew that it would be received well by people. So this is my classic Instagram influencer card, where they just wanted to look like a spiritualist but not really be a spiritualist, which is very dangerous, by the way. Very dangerous. You're leading people with false ideas of spiritualism who actually need help, who actually need healing, and you're unhealed completely. This person has multiple personality disorder. So they're operating in totally different energy than someone who's a healer. That's why not a lot of people are true healers, because it takes a lot to be in a healed place to help other people unselfishly without any thoughts of material gain or recognition. It's not about being recognized, it's about helping people. And that's what would get you recognition, your ability to help people, not your ability to make posts and I have ideas. If you're really a healer, you would have ideas up the wazoo, never stop having ideas because you stay green and growing. Okay. So what about the person whose journal it was? Can we know more about them? Like, do they know that this is happening? Who is it?
Facts.
Facts. Spirit said facts. F-A-X. I mean, these two people didn't even like each other. One of them slapped them. One of them got slapped because one didn't want to pay money, the escort, and the other one called the other one small penis head. So this person purposely kept talking to this person that they stole a necklace from. Tell us about your most dramatic breakup. This oh my god, were they going out? I thought it was like an escort situation. Maybe they just met at a bar and had a one night stand or something. Who is most likely to overstay their welcome? Yeah, Rain. Yeah, this person purposely overstayed their welcome because they needed more journal entries from whoever wrote it. Describe a time gender roles stopped you from doing something you wanted to do. Oh my god, gender roles. Didn't I say this person was transgender? This person probably felt they had to be a woman or I don't know. They had to be somebody. They wanted to be this person who wrote the journal. Maybe their gender's different, so they dedicated themselves to being the same gender as the person who wrote the book. Where is the craziest place you have had sex? Yeah, this person was baiting this corporate person with a small penis with sex. That's how they kept them going with whatever childish game this is they were playing to get more information. To get more information about the person who wrote the journal because they wanted to be like them. Tell us about a time you tried to hide a mistake. The time I met a blind date at a bar and she turned out to be an escort and wanted money and I didn't have any money. So so then I slapped her and then she said I had a small penis. Like I could keep going. And then I took her home and we were fighting in the car and she stole a necklace. She stole a journal. She stole someone's journal out of a car. Who would get called the wrong name and not the correct person? This person, because they're stealing this person's whole identity, trying to be them in every way, like a bumblebee, working really hard like a bumblebee to get information. Who's the person that wrote the journal? Or it was about something mystical and spiritual. Ah. Whose apology are you still waiting for? You might be waiting a while because whatever happened exacerbated this person's multiple personality disorder. They don't know who they are now. They wouldn't even know who you are because they think they're you. Oh, this don't go in here. Did you feel the passion between us when we were holding hands in the back of the Uber last night? Yeah, because this person's just an escort. Not just, but this person's an escort. So this person was trying to make like a handler. This person made this John a handler, or this person became this John's handler because they wanted to get more information, and the only way they could do that is by handling this John, this corporate guy. Can't text well, head stuck in a banister, thought it would be funny, send fireman. Because this corporate guy he's not the smartest guy. He's just like a brute, he's just like muscle man, muscle head. Excuse me. So it was easy to do because he was easily controlled by sex. He would do anything for sex because he doesn't know how to control his flesh. And so he was easily controllable. And that's something that he wishes he could change or hide this mistake he made where his penis led him astray. Tell us about a time you gave a terrible first impression. Yeah. Spirit said a year, so maybe this was like a year ago. Describe the last person you had sex with in one sentence. Terrible. Tell us about a time you gave a terrible first impression. Yeah, because the first impression of these two, they got slapped and didn't get paid and stole from. That's not enough. That is your first sign that you shouldn't have ever started anything with this person, even if just for sex. Because look at the price you paid. I don't know yet. What happened? What happened in the end? What social fad did you fall deepest into? Spirituality. Describe a time you were too afraid to tell someone how you really felt. The time I stole their identity. The player on each side describes the group vacation they'd plan if they won the lottery. You choose the winner. This person's possibly been making money off of your material. When did your relationship with another player take a turn and grow stronger? Oh my God, don't even tell me this person's falling in love with the person who wrote the journal. Everybody must showcase their best dance move and vote for who can really groove. Oh my gosh. But this person ended up falling in love with the person who wrote the journal, but because of all the bullshit they did, they're just doing a dance for everyone, acting like there's something they're not, or acting like they don't love you. Brothel. Oh, then there's a brothel as well. That's the honeybees. That's why we had this honeybee card, but they ain't working hard for the money in a legit way. They're working hard for the money in another way. They work hard for the money. All right. So how does this end? How does this end for them? Someone's in love with someone they stole from, and they can't tell them because they've gone too far down the rabbit hole of some fake spiritualist. Eight of Swords. Disempowerment, fears, doubts, negative thoughts, self-pity, self-imposed restrictions, victim mentality, entrapment, isolation. So, air sign, Gemini, possibly. Doesn't have to be. Their ego, manifestation, practicality, skill, absolute decision. Their ego that they thought that they could do this. Damp. Spirit said damp earlier, and there's water at this person's feet. They're just waiting for the water to rise at this point, tied with their hands blindfolded with their hands behind their back because they got themselves in a position where they need more material, but they can't get it because of the situation. So what they thought would be an empowering opportunity ended up being disempowering because it's got them in an entrapment. Queen of Swords fell out sideways. I'll take it upright. Intelligent, because they tried to copy someone who's intelligent, perceptive, independent, has boundaries, has direct communication, has a clear mind, and they're completely opposite of that because they have multiple personality disorder. They could possibly have split
I am not free.
into more personalities because of the situation and the stress of it. This person hasn't healed wounds, so they don't have a way of coping with stress, but they're creating the most stress they've ever had ever. Yeah, they did it. 3 of Cups. They did it with friends. They could have possibly did it with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, possibly 12 people. This is a Cancer card. It doesn't have to be a Cancer, but they were very emotional. Cancers are moody and emotional, but they're also intuitive.
100.
So they had the right idea, but at the wrong time. They were not ready for this stage of completion or growth because they didn't heal themselves. They didn't do the work. And so they celebrated too early. I don't think they foresaw this. The Chariot reverse. They had lack of control, lack of direction because
Joshua.
they were Joshua again. Because they were arrogant and thought that it would be easy. They're like, oh, this should be easy, no problem. But it's not easy to just not easy to be a real healer with real information coming in from source because I mean it's easy once you get there, but to get there is the hard part, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. Because you have to have discipline, you have to have structure, you have to have self-control and willpower, and this person didn't have that.
Restored.
They were actually aggressive and careless and met many obstacles. Now 8 of Wands, they're going to have lots of delays. I got 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. They're going to have lots of delays now, slowdowns and problems ahead because of their miscommunication. Or because they need miscommunications under communication reversed because they don't want to admit what they did wrong. They don't want to apologize. They don't want to say anything to end it. You know, how hard is it to be like, hey, I have to tell you something, and it's really hard to tell you this because I fucked up. I messed up. I made a mistake that I thought was a good idea and it hurts you, and I didn't know that this would happen. But I want to tell you because I need to get it off my chest so I can move on and try to be better. You know, like how hard is that? This person doesn't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that. 9 of Cups reversed because they're selfish. They're greedy. They lack inner joy. They're lazy. They're indulgent. They're just not at a place of healing where they're capable of taking accountability for their actions. So you probably, but ironically, that's the one thing that could. Oh my God, that's what the thing was about. My dream. You can't you can't make room for new energy, for healing, when you can't release the burdens that you've created. You have to be able, in the dream, the husband, it wasn't that the house was changing, it was that he was building resentment because he let his wife turn the house into a gay boy cabaret did he realize his bisexuality, but because he didn't want to tell his wife, he was growing resentful of his wife, even though she's the one who made him realize something that makes him happy. But because he didn't want to lose her, he wouldn't tell her the truth. And that's the one thing that he needed to tell her in order for the energy to flow for him. Otherwise, he felt stuck and stagnant. That's the way it goes. If you did something that was a horrible travesty against somebody else and you're afraid of losing them, you're really just creating stagnant energy for yourself, because you won't be able to move forward until you release that. And the fear of losing the person is holding people back from telling the truth. Then you're just going to stay stuck and that person's going to go on anyway. But if you were to just tell them the truth and just be honest about what happened, that person, if they're meant to be, they'll be. If not, they're not. You just have to learn how to let go, because it's going to create lots of obstacles and frustration and delays if you don't. Because it's selfish to have done all this and still think that you don't have to take accountability. It's just selfish. That's selfish. Even if the person does have a reaction, it can't be worse than what you're going through now. Why not just release yourself of the burden of the pain you caused, and then you can at least make room for something new. Maybe it's time to get rid of the old. Maybe the old is ready to go. People hold on to things for so long that creates stagnation too. The person, the guy in the dream wanted everything to stay the same because he was afraid of what else newness would bring. But that's the whole point. That's where the excitement of life happens, is to create new things and to have new things come in and to be able to pivot or move in the way that you should or should not. It's not about not making mistakes, you guys. You have to make mistakes to know what you want. This person made a mistake and they can't take accountability for it. So as long as they stay in that energy, in the Nine of Cups energy reversed, they're going to lack inner joy. As long as they keep being indulgent and selfish and greedy, they're going to expect delays. Eight of Wands reversed. They're going to have delays in their manifestations, business, their skills, their communication, everything. They're going to have panic attacks because they're still holding on energetically to that thing they did. That one time, that thing I did, I can't get over it. Well, because you can't talk about it or release it. And you don't want to release the other person that you've hurt. So that's going to be what you experience. That's how energy works. Well, how can they unfuck themselves? Let's see. Unfuck yourself. This has Gary, and Spirit said Gary. Come through, Spirit. Do something, do anything, even in small increments. Change happens when you begin to change what you do. Oh my God, that's so perfect. That's a perfect ending to this. Thank you so much for my dream, Spirit. Thank you guys for watching. Hope it helps.